Willie D Live.
And he laughed, man, but he paused for a minute first, though. He paused.
Yeah.
And that pause seemed like it was an hour, but it was only like maybe 2 seconds. And then he laughed, man. I was like, okay, cool. But that lifted, I mean, parents know what to do, how to treat their kids. And he knew that would lift a big weight off of me, which it did. Because I was able to go out there and do a show without worrying about, damn, I'm cussing in front of my parents. I got a nasty joke with my mom's cooch, and that's her favorite joke. So, like,
what?
Yeah. So you talking about my coochie tonight? Yes, mother. Did they laugh? Yes, mother. You're such a good son.
Your mom said that?
My mom, and she's a church lady.
She's a religious woman, right?
Huh?
She was a
what?
religious
My mom
woman.
is Catholic, but she speaks in tongues, and she's from down south. She'll throw a root on you too.
What's the joke?
I can't. If I give it away, it's just about her having sex, catching her my dad having sex.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and there's things my mom would say, in the heat of the moment that she didn't know I heard. But yeah.
You heard your parents having sex?
Man,
before?
come on. Almost everybody caught their parents doing something. Well, those who have mom and dad at home. But anyway, may have caught the mailman and your mom doing something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, thinking back, yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to hear. You can't unhear it.
Yeah, it's hard to see that.
Robert. Becky, Robert, Becky. Then you hear that snore. Pops and fell asleep.
What about nieces and nephews?
Oh yeah, love them. Got a bunch of them. Yeah, my siblings been fucking.
Are you the fun uncle?
To some of them.
Yeah.
You ain't supposed to have favorites, but some personalities you just click with better.
Yeah.
So yeah, I used to say I'm a deadbeat uncle, because I used to didn't just do anything. But as they gotten older, then I hang out with them. Like Joe's son is doing comedy now, Cameron Torry.
Yeah.
Right, and so I'm mentoring him a little bit. What Joe did for me, I'm paying it forward and helping him out. I take him on gigs with me sometimes and let him open up, or we'll sit down, have a cigar. We'll go over his material and work on his premise and his point of view, and to write bad jokes about his dad so I can get my payback. And so, and I have a nephew who's a professional soccer player overseas. We're kind of like alike, so he's good. I'm always giving him advice, because sometimes you can't hear stuff from your parents. But I'm his favorite uncle. Sorry, Ramon. Sorry, Joe. I'm the favorite goddamn uncle. So he'll come. I pray with him. He's a good dude, and I give him advice and everything. So yeah, I'm pretty cool with my nieces and nephews.
Yeah. Are there any special things that you want to do besides film? Besides, I'm talking about in the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
Is there anything outside of film and stand-up that you really want to do to make a mark, to leave your mark?
In front of the camera or behind the camera?
Either way.
Well, I think I left my mark. My mark is already left. Fat Tuesdays is what I think defines who I am as a person and as a servant. I'm a Christian, so I believe in God, and I believe we're all given a gift. And with that gift, you serve a purpose, and your purpose is to serve. And how you serve God is how you serve other people. And Fat Tuesdays gave a platform for comedians to showcase their talent. And I feel like that's my mark. Do I want to leave more? Yes, I will leave more, because I've been given these assignments. God plants these seeds, and if they don't succeed, it's nobody's fault but mine. Because if he plants a seed, it's a seed of greatness. And all I have to do is do the work. And I take that seed and put it in the right soil, put it in the right sunlight, give it the right water, and it's going to grow into what it's going to be. If it fails, it's nobody's fault but mine. Because once you do your work, after you plant the seed, he comes back in and take it to the finish line. So there's a lot of other seeds he's planted in me that I'm working on right now to help. My goal is to help black comedians, period, and tell our stories. Our stories aren't told enough. Right? We're court jesters, we're clowns, but if you really dig deep in the service of comedians, man, we're healers, we're helpers, but we're also hurt. Comedians are dark. Most of us are dark on the inside. We do stand-up to bring light to those dark areas in our life, and we're healers, so we laugh at our pain. So, and these stories, comedians have great origin stories. Great origin story, where we came from and where we are and where we came to. We are the roses that grew through the concrete. You know what I mean? So I want to help tell those stories. I take that back. I'm going to help tell those stories. So I feel like that's my purpose. And that's my lane. I'm going to stay in that lane. And I want to tell, comedian stories, especially the female comics who get a really raw deal in entertainment, period, and even in life. But their origin stories are amazing. Lunail's origin story is crazy. Flame Monroe story is crazy. All those comedians, Samore's journey is crazy. Even Monique, their origin stories and what they had to deal with in a male-dominated field as female comedians. You know, promoters trying to fuck them out of their money and fuck them literally. And other comedians trying to fake writing sessions, but they really want to fuck. The stuff that female comedians got to go through is insane. And so that's just comedy. Look at the other parts of the work industry that women have to go through. So I feel like that's my mission, that's on my heart, and that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, that's noble. How do you deal with the duality of being, Guy Torry, the comedian, and Guy Torry, the person, the man?
It's a good question because I'm tripolar. It's me, myself, and Guy.
Yeah.
It's three personalities, man. There's a saint, there's a sinner, and there's the silly dude. You know what I mean? So I'm really the same person most of all, but sometimes if you've seen my show, it is tripolar. I talk about politics, I talk about sex, I talk about relationships, I talk about religion. So that's all my personalities. I'm multifaceted. There's many sides to Guy Torry to sound like a boxer talking in third person. But I many parts of Guy Torry. And when I'm doing a show, when I'm headlining, you see the full album. Like I'm on tour right now I'm doing some dates with the Legends of Laughter tour with Samore and DC Curry and Lavelle Crawford and Gary Owen and we throw some other comedians on there and I do a few dates with them. So that tour I'm giving you a single. That's my single. That's my hot single. But when you come see me headline, that's the album. That's every song. That's every joke. You get a full point of view of who the hell I am. The good, the bad, the ugly. The saint, the sinner, the silly dude. Crazy, sexy fool. That's me.
Yeah. Was you a crazy, sexy fool for Valentine's Day? It just passed.
Man, I'm single, so I gave my mama some flowers and brought her some lunch. That was my Valentine.
Yeah, you don't really celebrate Valentine's Day?
I mean, if you're doing what you're supposed to do, it's really every day. But of course, that's the day they recognize, and you make it a little bit more special for whoever your significant other is. Yeah, but it is what it is. When I was married, of course, Valentine's Day was big, was huge. Yeah, of course.
Man, how hard is it to be serious, man, when you're a comedian, for people to take you serious?
It's hard, bro. And people don't understand that we're dark people anyway on the inside. So when people don't take you serious, you get a little annoyed, because they expect us to be on all the time.
Anyway, you from the show me.
Yeah, we got hands. I fight. And then I repent later. But yeah, it's hard for some people to take you, and especially I'm short and funny, so they really don't take you serious. Yeah. I tell people, don't let these dimples fool you. Don't let these dimples fool you.
What was it like when you met Pac?
Oh, man.
You met Pac on the set of Poetic Justice, right?
They had already done shooting Poetic Justice, right? But they were doing some reshoots. So it was election day, and Joe said, man, they shooting some reshoots at the Sony lot. It was Columbia Pictures back then, Columbia lot. Let's go hang out. I'm like, cool. So we walking on the set, we're walking on our way to the set, and we bump into Tupac on the way out. And I'm like, wow, that's Tupac. I'm out in LA maybe a month, so I'm still bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. So we meet Pac, and he had that energy, man. He was mad because it was a case he was facing about somebody had gotten shot, and he was like, man, I'm about to ride on these motherfuckers and food these motherfuckers. And Joe's like, yo, calm. And I'm thinking like, seeing the movie Juice, I'm like, this motherfucker Tupac can act his ass off, right? Then I saw that shit like, that nigga wasn't acting. That's who he is. And he's like, these motherfuckers, man, motherfucker. And Joe's like, nah, man, you get somebody else to do that if you're gonna do that. You're a celebrity now. Have somebody else handle your dirty work if that's what you want to do. And he's like, you right, Joe. You right, Joe. You right, Joe. And he's like, my little brother guy. Hey, what's up, man? Boom, boom. Welcome to L.A., man. Da, 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 da. And then boom. And then I just see him at my comedy shows. And he'll pop up, hey, man, fuck Joe. Get out, man. Create your own lane, man. Be your own man. Be your own self, man. Get your own personality. Da, 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 da. And that was cool because he'd come to shows, man, and always give me, some words of wisdom. And he didn't mean fuck Joe in a bad way. It's like, man, fuck. I remember being at...
He was just saying you had to create your own lane because you was never going to blow. You'd have never got all those opportunities that you got.
If I try to be Joe.
If you try to be,
Right. That's why I didn't work out. I didn't want to work out. That's why I remained slim because I didn't want to be Joe. So that's it. So my bad build is because I didn't want to be Joe. But that's why I choose to wear glasses too, because people still get us mixed up.
Yeah.
So if I have on glasses, oh, that's the guy. He's the one with the glasses. Oh, that's guy. That's the one that look like he on crack. So that's why I try to be completely opposite, you know. But Pac was like, I was at this, I was hosting this open mic hip hop show, and it was right before Poetic Justice came out, and Pac was in there. The Gemini was in there, and he just snapped, man, and went on one of them tangents, man. I was like, I was so nervous. I was like Mike Myers when Kanye said President Bush don't like black people. I was just standing like, thank you, Mr. Pac. Back to you, Jim. So it was a crazy experience, but that was Pac. You got the good Pac, you got the bad Pac, you got the passionate Pac. You know what I'm saying? So he was just inspiration to allow me to create my own, get my own voice.
Yeah.
And stand up.
And when did you know that you had your own voice?
Oh man, Def Comedy Jam. When I did this comedy jam, I started comedy in 92. I did Def Jam in 94, which is crazy because, some of those guys have done comedy for years and didn't get a chance to do Def Jam, or it took them years to get there. I know I leapfrog a lot of people. That's why I took it very serious. So when I did Def Jam, man, that was one of the greatest feelings, I think, to this day, man, because it's New York City. You know New York. They don't just laugh at anybody. It's cold outside. People would stand in line for the taping for hours and got in. So now you got to come out there and make them laugh. Mm-hmm. And the first Def Jam I do a knock-knock joke. My first TV appearance ever, I do a knock-knock joke. And I did a knock-knock joke just to warm them up. And then I was going to have them cut it, and then but no, it killed so hard. I made them keep it. But that was it. And then once I got off stage, and when I did Def Comedy Jam, I was still a production assistant on the Martin Show, a gopher. So I remember doing Def Jam. I remember the hug I gave Joe when I got done was like real, because he was proud, and I was like proud.
Did he tell you he was proud?
No, I could tell in the hug.
Okay.
I'm getting emotional now. I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
But I could tell in the hug, he was like, yeah, did it. Because, his reputation's on the line, too.
Right.
And I remember going next door. It was an Irish pub next door. And I called back to the set of Martin, to one of the other guys who's my good friend, Vidal. Shout out to Vidal. And I called him and said, man, I did it. I killed. I ripped it. And then I hung up the phone, and I was like, wow. And because once I found out I was doing Def Jam, once Bob Sumner was like, you're doing Def Jam. He told Joe, your brother's ready. I do these fasts, right? So I gave up meat, I gave up alcohol, and I was in comedy clubs every night, just grinding, because I knew I had leapfrogged a lot of people who deserved to be on Def Jam before I did.
Damn, you gave up alcohol
and eat meat.
And meat.
Yeah, man.
In the comedy clubs
and fucking.
every night?
I gave up, and fucking.
Oh, man.
So I gave up it all because I wanted to focus on this set. I knew I had gotten an opportunity not a lot of comics would get, especially doing comedy only 2 years. Mm-hmm. So I was in comedy clubs every night, sometimes 3 times a night, going to comedy clubs 7 days a week, grinding, doing my runs on the Martin Show, and going to comedy clubs at night, writing during the day, because I knew that opportunity was too important. You never get a second chance to make a first impression. And because I leapfrog a lot of people, I wasn't going to fuck this up.